we're adding spinach into our lasagna. The spinach, there's some spices, nutmeg with salt and pepper. Then we'll put the lentils and bechamel sauce. We'll add another layer of bechamel sauce. We'll spread it evenly. Okay, we're adding butternut sauce cooked with olive oil, baked with olive oil, salt and pepper, and thyme. Adding more bechamel sauce. I'm Chef B or Bernard. For now, I'm helping Iganyana Tented Camp. I worked for Wilderness Safaris, Lingwasha Camp. I worked for Ngamu Safaris, which is a branch of Forest Commission. Then last I worked for Somalisa or African Bush Camp before I came here to Iganyana. I'm from Dete, which is about almost 18 kilometers from here, going west on the west side of this lodge.
I'm Chef Alec. I trained this sector in Victoria Falls Hotel as an apprentice. That's where I did my 1 year as an apprentice. Then I went to Imvelo as a volunteer for a couple of 2 years. Then when I was done with that, I was employed with African Bush Camp, which is Somalisa, located in Hwange National Park. Then from that, I resigned. Then I went to Hwange Bush Camp for 1 year, 6 months. Then from there, I left. Then I went to Zambia, the camp known as Moji Bush Camp, and Azurite Apartments based in Lusaka. So now I'm back to Iganyana Tented Camp. I used to freelance some years back, but I'm back this year to freelance also. So now I'm doing apple crumble, which is Iganyana Tented apple crumble, which is baked using firewood and charcoal. So now I will talk about my apple crumble that I've done. So I used the shorty sugar pastry for making the dough of the apple crumble, which is sugar, cinnamon, that's margarine, that's eggs, that's baking powder. Then I made the dough, then I place in the fridge. After that I take it, then I grate to the baking tray. So as I open here, the oven is hot. So now the base of the apple crumble is ready now to be place some of the fillings, then back to the oven. So now I'm doing the filling of the apple crumble. So now I'm putting the sun gem for the color so that we make it nice and appetizing to the client. The food which is nice is seen with the eyes before it's taken to the mouth. So now I'm just putting this color. After that, I apply my filling, which is mashed apples with some raisins and a little bit of cinnamon to enhance the good flavor to the filling. Here I apply the mixer. Then I spread all over the tray, because the tray is hot, so I make sure I hold it using a mutton cloth so that I avoid the bend of the baking tray. So now if I'm done with this, I grate the topping, which is my crumbles, which I have mentioned earlier on. Right, now I'm applying the crumbs. Whilst I'll be grating, I'll be explaining in deep which is going to be the source of this dessert. So we are going to serve it with a whipped cream, a fresh. So now I'm doing the grating. We will serve it on the side plate on the base of the cream, and we put the cream on top, then we garnish with the apple aside, and some leaves of the mint on top of the cream. I'll also talk about the ovens that we use at Iganyana Tented Camp, which are mostly used to bake for all the food that we cook at Iganyana. We use the homemade ovens, which are here, these two. Then they have this topping, which is the lid, where we put the charcoal on top of the lid, and also we put the charcoal under the baking oven. Then after that, we make sure that you don't put the more charcoals, because if you put the more charcoals, the food that you prepare, it will get burnt, turn to black, like a black charcoal. So we make sure each and every single second we check our ovens, because the heat, the temperatures, they'll be too high. So this issue of baking, it needs a timing, because if you relax, you end up burning the food. So I'm happy working with fire, because fire makes food delicious, nice. Okay, thank you so much. So now I'm done with the topping of the crumbs on the dessert. So I'm going to sprinkle the cinnamon, then I take it back to the oven for the last time. So this one is the cinnamon. Just do some sprinkle. As you know, cinnamon is a good spice from the roots and from the barks, so it has a nice flavor to the food. So now I'm taking it back to the oven, and I'm putting also the oven lid with some charcoals so that I brown the topping, since the underneath of the apple crumble is already baked. So what I'll do, I'll just use this slasher and this shovel to remove the charcoal underneath of the baking oven, to put it aside to avoid the burning issue of the food. To check, then when it's golden brown on top, then I'll remove it. So thank you. I'm done with the baking part.
I'm Tulani Michael. I'm working at Iganyana, and I'm proud of it. I'm here holding a dessert, which is apple crumble, which is made by Alec, and it's very nice. And enjoy it. I'm in charge of stores, as I'm also helping in kitchen, and I'm proud of it, and I'm also enjoying it. Thank you.
So we start breaking our eggs into our shashuka before we take it back into the oven. And we take it back in the oven. That's our oven, where we put our shashuka inside. Then we will bake this shashuka maybe for 2-3 minutes. Then I think it will be cooked. Yes, it's done and it's ready for serving now.
Yes. Thank you.